Hello, Tabatha.
Hello, Sharilyn.
What are we doing today?
Today we are doing our Reddit bingo for 2025.
Yay!
Let's plan this TBR.
Cheers, besties.
So this is your first Reddit bingo. I'm so excited.
I'm excited. I was a little nervous coming into it, but I have now planned my bingo card and I am so excited for all these books.
Yes. I will be doing all hard mode. I have a few that I'm like not 100% sure on. So if I read a book and it ends up not being hard mode, I'll probably switch it out. I don't know. We'll see what
find
happens.
A new one.
But yeah, and then yours is a mix of hard mode and regular mode. So we'll have some options for you guys. We'll each give you our option for each square and tell you if it's hard mode or not, so that if you want to read it.
So you can use these as you build your bingo card.
Those are the correct words.
Yes. I haven't done it before, so I can't really suggest whether it's a great idea, but it probably is because, thousands of people do it.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to kind of gamify your reading a bit. It's a fun little tool. I like doing it. It also expands your reading somewhat sometimes. Like there are even you who are doing like a mix of hard mode if it worked out, easy mode if it didn't. Even you have like some extra books. Even if you're going down just, you don't have to do hard mode. There's literally no extra benefit to doing it other than just
bragging rights,
I guess. I don't know why. I had a mix card before, and then for some reason, in true us chaos fashion, I somehow decided to switch to hard mode only, literally last minute. So things have changed within the last 20 minutes on my card. So let's
get into these 25 books, 50 books.
Ish. We have some overlap.
We do have some overlap, but yeah, 25 prompts. 50-ish books. All right, so we do have 25 prompts to work with. We're going to go down one row at a time. We will link the Reddit link post in the description below if you want to follow along or, build your own card. So starting with row 1, square 1
is Knights and Paladins. This is one of the protagonists is either a paladin or a knight, and hard mode is the character has an oath or promise to keep. This is one of those ones, I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be hard mode. Mine is Between Two Fires, which is a cool sounding medieval fantasy horror, so.
And then mine is God Killer. I don't know if this will be hard mode yet. We'll find out after I read it. Book 1, check, awesome.
Next prompt is Hidden Gem. So this is a book with under 1,000 ratings on Goodreads, and the hard mode is that it was published more than 5 years ago. Mine is hard mode, and that's Northern Wrath. And I don't really know anything about this. I know that it was a book from Broken Binding, and I trust everything that they sell, so.
Awesome. And then mine is Mushroom Blues, and this is a SPIFBO finalist of 2025. So super excited to get into that one. It looks right up my alley.
And we'll link the indie books like this one in the description below, so you can support those authors.
Yay!
So next is published in the 80s, and then the hard mode is that it's an author of color. Mine is Dawn, which I actually didn't realize was published in the 80s until I saw it in the recommendations. So, and this is hard mode.
And then mine is Pet Sematary by Stephen King. Say no more.
Definitely not hard mode.
No, not at all.
So the next one is High Fashion, and this is a book where clothing is important in the story, and then hard mode is that the main character makes clothes. And we both have the same book, and this is hard mode.
This is Rebel Witch, book 2 in the Crimson Moth series. So we know from book 1 that one of our characters does in fact make clothes. So let's hope it keeps up in book 2.
Let's hope he makes some clothes.
Yeah.
And then last in the first row is Down with the System. This is all about rebellion, disrupting some kind of a system. And then hard mode is that it's not a governmental system. Mine that I chose was the library at Mount Char, and I saw this in the recommendations as hard mode. So I don't know what system we're disrupting, but cool.
Cool deal. And then mine is Iron Gold by Pierce Brown. It's in the Red Rising series, and this is definitely a governmental societal system, so that is not hard mode. On to row 2. All right, the first square on row 2 is Impossible Places. And this is described as somewhere that would break a physicist. So, and then hard mode is that the book takes place at least 50% in that impossible place. So my book is Dungeon Crawler Carl. What is impossible about this?
I think it's like...
I don't actually know.
It was in the list. It was in one of the recommendations.
Yeah, this one was in the recommendations. I know it's a lit RPG, so we'll find out where we end up.
Yeah, and then mine is Piranesi. This is a strong recommendation from Sherilyn.
So excited.
So hard mode, according to her.
Absolutely.
And if it's not, then you can fight her.
No, it is hard mode, 100%. I'm so excited for her to read that book. Our next square on row 2 is a book in parts, and hard mode is a book with 4 or more parts. So ours is Perdido Street Station, and this has over 4 parts.
Yeah, I saw it as hard mode, so I actually didn't.
We didn't actually look at it.
I didn't look. I just saw
listed.
I just saw someone listed in the recommendations, and so I was like, perfect, sounds great. Part 1. Okay, so there you are, literal parts.
Yeah. Cool. I have a part 8 here.
Perfect.
Cool. We have at least 4 parts.
Sweet. Hard mode.
Sweet. Our next square is Gods and Pantheons. So this is a book that has some kind of structure with gods and pantheons. Hard mode is that there are multiple sets of gods or pantheons, which we're kind of taking to mean probably multiple religious systems. Mm-hmm. And we don't really know. Mine is not hard mode. It is Malice by John Gwynne. There's one set of gods in these books, so I'm told.
Yes. And I'm so excited for you to read that. And then mine is said to be hard mode in the recommendations, which makes sense because this is said to be like one of the most complex
oh my gosh
series with lots and lots of cultures and different continents. It sounds wild, so I'm very excited to finally start this. Also, it's very heavy, actually.
Do you want to tell them the name of the book? Yeah.
Gardens of the Moon. It's the first book in Malazan, or Malazan, or Malazan.
I guess I have no idea how it's pronounced. I just said Malazan.
I have heard a few different pronunciations, and I'm not 100% sure yet, so...
All right. Well,
Gardens of the Moon.
We'll see what happens.
Why am I handing that to you?
I don't know. Our next square is Last in a Series, pretty self-explanatory. Hard mode is that it's a series of 4 or more books. Mine is Dark Dawn, the 3rd book in the Nevernight series, so not hard mode.
And mine is the last book of Sun Eater. I just started the first book literally yesterday, and I'm putting the last book on here. It comes out November, so this is an ambitious project.
There's a good chance. I believe in her.
Yeah.
All right, and the last square on row 2 is a book club or read-along book with the R Fantasy group, right? Mm-hmm. So this can be easy mode, any book they've done for book club read-along since it began. Hard mode is a current one happening right now or sometime this year. So I chose Assassin's Apprentice. This was a past book at some point. I don't know when. I just remember looking at the list and it was on there. But yeah, super excited to start that series.
And then mine is Her Majesty's Royal Coven. This is a current book for April, so I will need to make sure to read this quickly and participate in that chat, because that is also a part of the hard mode.
Participate.
All right, so row 3. The first square in row 3 is Parent Protagonist, and this is either biological parent, they don't actually have to be, but they're just a parent figure. And then hard mode is that the child is also a main character.
Okay, cool.
So I chose Empire of the Dawn for this one. I'm so excited for this book.
And it comes out when?
November.
Yay! So, coming soon. And then I chose The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. This is not hard mode, I believe. I think just the parent figure is prominent in this book. I don't know about the child. We'll find out.
Next square is epistolary, and that is... for hard mode, it is entirely epistolary. For regular mode, it's just there can be some letters, some mixed media elements. I chose Dracula for hard mode, since this is entirely epistolary. Mm-hmm. I'm excited to finally read this. Yay! As a vampire lover, but funny enough to have Empire of the Dawn and then this back-to-back, actually.
Yes, I'm telling. And then I have This Is How You Lose the Time War. Is this actually hard mode?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so this is all letters back and forth. So, yay!
So the next square is published in 2025, and then for hard mode it's a debut author. So I chose Discovery by J.A.J. Minton, which is the people over at Talking Story, actually.
Oh, so, that's right.
Yeah, they have a book coming out this year, so excited to get our hands on that and check that one out.
Oh, I'm so excited. Mine is The Black Fire Blade by James Logan. This is book 2 after The Silver Blood Promise comes out this fall. And I'm so freaking excited. I loved Silver Blood Promise. So, yeah, super excited.
We'll both be reading both of these books, to be honest.
There's a lot of overlap between.
Yeah, really, any books that we have separate are just adding on to our TBR.
Yeah. Oh, God.
But yes, all indie books, so the discovery will be linked below as well. And then for the next square is Author of Color, and then for hard mode it is a horror novel, and I love that, so The Reformatory.
Sweet. And I chose The Parable of the Sower. I don't think that's horror.
No, it's not.
Not at all.
So the next square is small press or self-published, and then hard mode is that it has less than 100 reviews.
Oof.
So I chose Soul Stealer, which is a semi-finalist for SPIFBO.
Yay!
So
support those indie authors.
yes.
And then I have Illborn. This is Tabatha's Gorgeous Special Edition, and it is by Daniel T. Jackson. And I'm super excited to read it because she keeps telling me to read it and has nothing but good things to say about it. And Daniel T. Jackson is a gem. So
Yes. And there's an audiobook that just released for this too.
That's right. Fresh audiobook for all you audio and immersion readers. So, yay! On to the fourth row. Our first square is Biopunk. So this focuses on biotechnology and or the consequences thereof. Hard mode is no electricity-based technology. So my book is not hard mode. There is electricity, and it is Leviathan Wakes.
And mine is A Drop of Corruption, and I believe this is hard mode.
Yeah. There wasn't electricity in the first book.
Right, so
I'm guessing there isn't electricity in the second book.
But this is a great series, so excited to continue it.
Our next square is elves and or dwarves. And then hard mode is that the main character is an elf or a dwarf. So my book is The Devils by Joe Abercrombie, coming out soon.
And my book is going to be the second in Gotrek and Felix, which is hard mode because it's following a dwarf.
Our next square is an LGBTQ plus protagonist, and pretty self-explanatory. Hard mode is that this person also has another level of marginalized something to them, whether that's person of color or another level of minority, something in those lines, or a disability. So my book is Foundry Side. I believe this is not hard mode.
It is hard mode.
Never mind, this is hard mode.
I don't know how, but it was on the recommendations as hard mode.
Perfect. So Foundry Side is in fact hard mode. Yay!
And then She Who Became the Sun is also hard mode.
Sweet. Our next square is 5 science fiction or fantasy short stories. Hard mode is that this is an entire anthology or collection. So I have chosen The Winter Spirits. This is a collection of ghostly tales for the wintry nights, for frosty nights. Ghostly tales for frosty nights. And this is something I definitely plan on reading around Christmas, December.
And then mine is going to be the Stephen King, and that's an anthology, so that would be hard mode.
That is an anthology, so that counts as hard mode.
Yes. And then mine is Nightmares and Dreamscapes by Stephen King. This is an anthology.
Should dig.
Yeah, you put it on my cart, so...
This is true. You asked for it.
So I do have to read this anyway, so I figured, might as well use the short story square for that.
Perfect. And our last square on this row is Stranger in a Strange Land. So this is a character who is in a new culture. They can be visiting or they can be moving there. The hard mode is that this character is an immigrant or a refugee. My book is Elder Race by Adrian Tchaikovsky, and I believe this was listed as hard mode on the Our Fantasy suggestions. So
We'll
good.
see.
Yeah, we'll find out.
And then mine, also a Tchaikovsky, is Alien Clay, and it said that he was exiled to this land, so I think maybe it'll qualify as hard mode. I'm not 100% sure, but to be determined. We'll see.
I would count it.
All right, last row. Woo. So the first square on the last row is Recycle a Previous Bingo Square. We both chose First in a Series, which was from last year's bingo. And and then the hard mode is to just do whatever the hard mode of that square was, which is more than 4 books. 4 or more books. And I chose Leviathan Wakes, which definitely has more than 4 books, so it will be hard mode.
And then I chose Lies of Locke Lamora, which is just a trilogy, so not hard mode.
Ooh, that one's questionable because it's not supposed to be a trilogy. There's supposed to be more books coming.
Just kidding. I don't really know what this counts as.
Let us know your thoughts if that should be hard mode or not, because there's only 3 books now, but it's supposed to be like of 7. Not that, yeah.
There may potentially be more. I don't know, up to you.
Next square is cozy, whatever that means to you. And then the hard mode is that the author is new to you. And so I think we both have hard mode books. Mine is The Goblin Emperor.
That doesn't sound cozy, but cool. Happy for you.
It says on Goodreads that it's cozy.
Sweet. And then mine is Legends and Lattes. And yes, this is a new to me author. Excited.
Okay, I'm going to read this next square to you guys because there's a little bit to it. So it's generic title, and then it has the following words in it. At least one of those words, and that's blood, bone, broken, court, dark, shadow, song, sword, or throne. Plural is allowed. And then for hard mode, it's 2 or more of those words, or adding a color, number, or animal. So I have a couple of different options here that I am unsure of. So I don't know which one I'm going to go with yet, but we've got half Sick of Shadows. So half...
Technically
half is a number, right? Half Sick of Shadows. So I feel like this should count as hard mode. And then the next one, we debate on this one because it's dragon bone chair. Dragon being in the animal, bone being in that. But she says because it's all in one word, it shouldn't count. So let us know what you guys think.
I could be persuaded. I'm not being that hard.
Let us know what you guys think. Should either of these count as hard mode? I think this one more likely, but I'm not 100% sure on either of those.
So if you have any suggestions, let us know. And then mine, not hard mode, is The Shadow of What Was Lost.
So next one is a very interesting square, and that's not a book. So some kind of other fantasy sci-fi media that you're consuming that's not a book. And so I am choosing one of her favorite series, which is JJK, which stands for
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yes.
It's an anime, also a manga.
Yes. So I'll be watching that anime, and hard mode is posting a review on that. So we'll see if I do hard mode on the square or not.
And then I chose the anime The Lord of the Mysteries, coming out sometime this year, and it looks dope as fuck. I'm so excited for it. So
you sent me the trailer for that, and that does look really cool.
Yeah, it looks so good. The animation style, the art, I don't even really know what the story's gonna be, but it looks amazing. So
sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Last one is pirates, which is characters are involved in some kind of piracy, and then
yay.
And then hard mode is it's not seafaring piracy. So this was listed a couple times in the recommendations because there's apparently a scene somewhere in The Martian where they're discussing piracy. So, and they said that this is hard mode, so
we'll take it.
I'm going with it.
And then I chose Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. I'm told it's a bit of a Princess Bride inspiration retelling. So that's got pirates. I'm here for it.
Yeah, there are definitely pirates in that one.
There are definitely pirates.
That was our last square.
Sweet.
Awesome. Let us know what you guys are reading for our fantasy bingo, if you are, or if you've read any of these books.
And if you're not feeling chatty, leave us a little robot emoji for the little Reddit logo Android.
Cool.
Cool. Good luck, everyone.
We'll see you next one. Bye. Bye.